Awesome. Daylight savings time. Man, there's daylight savings time. Mother...
We podcast between the ticks of the clock.
Didn't we just have one of these like a year ago?
Yes, and it made everything dark in the afternoons. I'm looking forward to this being repealed.
Awesome topic. Momocon 2013. This is the awesome Saw Buffcast. Doom doo 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 doom doo 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 doom doo 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 doom. Do 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 do. Chainsaw, bottle fang. Chainsaw, chainsaw, bottle fang. Chainsaw, bottle fang. Chainsaw, fang. Hi, this is John from the Chainsaw Buffet podcast. Fuck you. And I mean that.
Wait, who are you fucking?
John from the Chainsaw Buffet podcast.
Are you addressing this to John? Are you pretending to be John? I'm not...
Yes.
And indeed, I play fighting games.
I forgot at... What is it, 3 in the morning now?
Technically, it is in fact 3 in the freaking morning.
Looking for sense is a fool's errand, so I will just leave you to continue.
Alright, here's a lowdown. Hi, I'm Basil, part of the OSMcast. The podcast will update one day.
The Once and Future podcast. We saw it once upon a time.
With me is Kevin. Also the OSMcast, and with
Rick,
this...
He's the Rick James of the OSMcast.
People who will actually make sure this gets released.
Dylan. Hi. Yes.
Dylan, the man, the myth.
I think I've just committed, like, this is like accepting the EULA. You know, when you install software, I've just committed to getting this released, so... Brilliant move.
You accepted the terms of service.
Yes.
And finally, the man, the truth, the Mormon Jesus.
Charlie.
Yeah, that's right.
Break it down now.
We got, Charlie.
Mormon Charlie.
Oh, whoa. Okay. So, Momocon was a convention.
Short for MormonCon. Convention. They love the Mormons so much they put them in the title twice.
I just want to point out to all our listeners, we just came from XDR. We're probably, like, most of us are in offensive mode now, and we haven't...
And we are largely sober.
Momocon actually stands for the word Momo, which in glorious cool Nippon means peach.
Either the fruit or the color.
We're not sure. Which is funny because Momocon isn't really... It's partially an anime con, but it's really more of a multi-genre con that just has heavy anime influences. And I'm sure there is more history to that I am forgetting. So we went to this con. We're actually still at this con. It was 2 a.m. in the morning, now it's 3 a.m. Through the magic of daylight savings time. So now you know when we're actually recording this.
You can legislate time travel, it's true.
It's possible. I think there's possibly laws against it now that the sequester is in place.
Maybe it's not daylight savings. Maybe they had to cut that.
They might have cut that. I am not sure.
No. The issue was the budgetary issues were purely monetary, not temporal.
No. I think they had to furlough 1 hour a day. I think we're down to 23.
But if we lose daylight savings time, how will Ben Franklin's secret treasure be protected?
Huh.
Well, crap.
Congress never thinks this shit
No.
through.
They never do. Freaking Obama. I'm tired of that joke.
Thanks, Obama.
I used to make that joke. I mean, I made that joke before it was cool. You know.
And then everybody started doing it.
They did. It was like, thanks Obamacare, like, everywhere. And I'm like, guys, that was my joke.
It was funny when it was ironic. You guys are serious.
You stole it from the people who mean it.
That was my joke.
I liked it. It was funny for like a day.
Anyway.
All right, so I think I mean myself and Kevin, or Kevin and I, in the correct English parlance.
Me and Basil and the strange goat spirit who lives in my hand.
I think we started getting to the, what's it called? Panels. Before anybody else, because we were here before they were.
Yep.
Yes.
And so the first thing we tried out was the 49ers, Mamas of Shoujo. Not to be confused with My Sister in Osaka Mama, which is an anime you can watch now on Crunchyroll.com.
They make a fine product.
Explain what the 49ers has to do with...
Yeah, you need
Okay.
to explain a lot of things here. You,
All right.
you tossed out a lot of words.
Yeah, like,
Okay.
that title confused me.
There is a group of ladies in Japan that were born in the year 1949 or Showa 24, the year 24.
Of the Showa Emperor.
So they're also known as the year 24 group. And they are more or less the founding mothers of shoujo as we know it.
Yeah. Ryoko Ikeda, Moto Hagio, and 5 or 6 other people no one cares about.
Topo Gijo.
But this panel covered all of them, and pretty well. The lady certainly knew what she was talking about. She had clips and manga panels to show off things. It was pretty well ran. She could have talked a little louder in the microphone, but we were in the back, and I think everyone else was near up front, so they probably had no problems hearing her, and that was just Kevin's and mine's problem.
Yeah.
But it was a good panel. I enjoyed it.
I found out Japan has a manga Angelique, not the video game series, the, French romance novel series. It exists. Angelique fans, because I know we got a lot of them. Go find it.
And that was the only panel we saw. That's not true.
Well, it's almost true.
It was right after that time we started actually investigating the convention itself. And this is the first year they've been in the Hilton in downtown Atlanta. It is one of the Dragon Con hotels. I believe last year they were in the Marriott, which is across the street.
Yep.
Yes.
I couldn't really tell you which one was better. They're both pretty equally good as far as running a convention in a hotel goes.
I think having been to Dragon Con the past 5 years, I'm kind of used to the layout of the hotels. I feel like, though, like...
The layout in this hotel is better.
Yes, because I was going to say, like, that was the complaint a lot of the people in our group had last year was...
Marriott Marquis
Marriott's
has like
confusing.
8 different lobbies, and they're not numbered.
Every floor is different, and they all have a strange name. So, yes,
Yeah,
this is actually a nice place.
I do like how most of the events are fairly located outward from a central location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely use the space pretty well.
They use space very well. There was overall pretty good flow. Mm-hmm. There's only a couple of choke points, and they did a really good job of having crowd control everywhere around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To make sure that stuff kept flowing well, and they used those bright green neon like safety jackets so that you knew who was crowd control.
I like that.
It was very obvious that they were there. They were there to direct flow, and flow was directed henceforth.
Flo didn't appreciate being directed, but, she'll get used to it.
She will have to. I mean, Momocon is a harsh mistress when you do not flow
True.
the proper flow.
Jess will put on the dinosaur costume, and then shit gets real.
And real gets shit.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of real, the freaking floor of dealer's room.
Yes.
I don't know if you've been there yet.
The dealer's
We
dungeon.
have, yes.
Where they actually took the bottom floor that they had, and they interred the entire thing into a dealer's room. You just walk downstairs. An artist alley.
Yeah.
It just becomes dealers. As far as the eye can see. Which isn't that far because there's walls. But there's a lot of them.
You could,
Yes.
honestly, you could use a little pop-up mini-map.
Yeah. I did get... I got lost a couple... I got lost every time.
Like the dealer's room, yeah, it is like a bazaar.
Good, yeah. That is actually an excellent...
I felt like I was in Aladdin. The song is supposed to be coming to my head, but it's not.
So Kevin was Abu or Princess Jasmine in this scenario. One is going to be more awkward than the other.
I thought it was a flying carpet, to be perfectly honest.
Oh,
That would
you're not even a
explain-
sentient character. That's
Hey, but Basil sat on you,
The flying
so...
carpet is...
It's sentient.
yeah.
It has a personality. I would like you to take that back.
it's not a person.
I was gonna say, with your fine facial hair, you might want to just call Jafar now.
Hey, you know, the original Arabian Nights, he was a good guy.
But as far as stuff in the dealer's room, there was a ton.
Holy crap! Such a selection you have never seen.
As if we were Prince Ali. Fabulous is he.
Ali of
Blah.
Or Ali
Something words, blah, 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 blah.
whose Gundam kill count is 3 while
Blah, blah.
Prince Ali... Wait, wrong, Prince Ali.
But it was aside from it being a crazy smorgasbord of layout craziness, and I think that the trick is most dealers' rooms have an obvious entrance door and an obvious exit door.
Yes.
And the entrance and the exit for this were both staircases.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like going, traveling in a role-playing game where you go down, you're in a dungeon, and you get to the stairs, and you get to the next level, and you can't proceed until you find the next set of stairs.
And the stairs are, like, in the center of the room, so you kind of have to, like, there's not a point of reference.
In fact, the
necessarily.
exit stairs are not very far away from the entrance stairs. You just can't tell at first.
So you keep walking around and try to figure out, have I been here before?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, your natural response is, ooh, there's dealers in front of me. I'm going to go out and meet them and maybe spend money.
Not a whole lot of videos, shitloads of figures and plushies.
Mm-hmm.
But once you get in there, you're like, oh my gosh, there's so many dealers. Wait, where did I come from?
Yeah. Have I passed this booth before?
And that's when things start getting, and they're all figures and plushies, so it all kind of runs together. Which, I mean, most dealers' rooms do, but also you've got that big, thing in the middle that's the staircases, but they're not obviously the staircases. They're like, it's like, a big column. So it's an interesting layout, and I think they did the best they could with it.
Yeah.
It's just a weird spot to begin with.
I can't help but think, the easiest way, without having to redesign the layout, the easiest thing that they could do to fix that would be to at least have, maybe half a dozen reference points in the dealer's room where they just have a map of the dealer's room and a "you are here," so you can orient yourself depending on where you're trying to get.
My only wonder about that is a matter of space.
Yeah.
Because there were lots of dealers and there was always lots of people. And that's the other trick, was that this was a very crowded dealer's room.
Yes. True, yeah.
And I don't think there's any better way to maximize the flow they already had going. The only way they could do it to create more space would be to have less dealers. And so that's going to be a question of, and I could be wrong, maybe they can better maximize the flow. Maybe they can reorient things so that they can fit in more walking space and browsing space and still keep the same number of dealers.
Possibly.
I don't know. I am not a dealer's whiz. I know that Jess from Momocon is, so therefore I assume that she already knows what she's doing. So that must be the best solution already.
And if they're here next year and we see an improvement in the flow, that's just because it's the second year.
Right.
They know what to expect.
And they've now seen the choke points, they've seen the confusion, and they can better figure out ways to do it. That said, they had really good signage throughout the rest of the con.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Even if it's just Momocon plastered
It seems
where.
like they're kind of branding it in that sense. Like, a lot of cons you walk around and it's like any other con, but, that seems like an attempt to, brand it.
You have no question that you're in Momocon.
Yes.
Yeah.
At all.
Momos.
They've got
Momos everywhere.
Which is cool.
Yeah,
Especially using the Dragon Con hotels, I'm sure that's kind of...
Well, because you can go to a lot of conventions and walk around the space, it's another section of the convention space, and have no idea that there's a convention going on.
Yes.
Unless there's somebody in costume near you, you could fool yourself into thinking, I'm just in this convention building, but no anime convention going on. So the branding is nice.
I also really do like on at least on the second floor, I'm sure there's on other floors, they've got their computerized little touchscreens with maps on them. And you can actually touch the rooms that they play the schedule over it. It'll actually give you like a dotted line to tell you where to go.
Holy crap, that's cool.
It is really cool. And of course, I'm sure that's just a feature of the hotel.
I want to say there were a couple of those like that at GMX, because I remember messing with those.
Although that one was weird because it kept trying to send you in weird directions.
This one we got bored and we tested it out for a little bit. We're like, ooh, what happens if we press this one? Ooh, that's neat.
I've seen some people using it, though, or at least certainly looking at the schedules, the posted little video schedules.
That's very cool. I did not know that.
But you have the good old-fashioned paper schedule if you want that, too.
Yes, paper schedules are very nice. GMX.
Looking at you.
Nico.
Calling you out, son.
I actually think their app is really nice, and they released it several weeks beforehand. I went through and marked stuff down.
The problem is when you don't own a smartphone.
That is true. But I've found their app pretty easy to use.
So you're saying the Momocon app and not the GMX app is easy to use?
I cannot remember what the GMX app was. I don't want to make a statement about that.
It was.
How do you think you can assemble GMX to better welcome your robot overlords?
I don't know. Like I said, I do not remember what the GMX app was like. But they had it weeks beforehand. I could go through, mark down everything I wanted to do, and then forget about it until the con actually started.
Okay, well in that case, how would you better prepare Momocon for the arrival of your robot overlords?
Thrakazog and Kilowog and Ujibakabu.
2 yaks and a dog.
So you're saying
I don't know what you're...
So you're saying Momocon is already perfectly prepared for a robot invasion?
Well, they got peaches.
So
They do, although I could have swore robots eat old people medicine for food.
They do.
But I don't know if that medicine is made for peaches.
Some of it.
Peaches versus robots is like the new Plants versus Zombies.
This is sounding way too topical, guys.
Yeah. And peaches come from a can. They were put there by a man.
It's 3:30.
In a factory
I'm
downtown.
even more painfully literal than normal.
You are painful.
Yes, I am.
So when Dylan's Reaper indoctrination forces him to betray us to those mechanical overlords, Momocon is ripe for
Let's
the plucking.
be honest, he's not being forced to betray us.
Plucked like a peach. Or in the words of Cool Nippon, Momo.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Full circle.
Full circle.
Full circle.
Bringing it back around.
So the next panel I went to was New Media Entertainment, which is at 7 p.m. When did y'all get in?
8, 9-ish. I mean, there was...
About the time that I saw you from behind.
Yeah, I was going to say, there was the getting to downtown Atlanta, there was actually finding the parking space, and there was...
Parking... We went through the self-parking, spent 20 minutes in self-parking, going through every level.
Found nothing.
Before we figured out that there were no spaces, because the spaces there were either handicapped or under construction. They charged us $6 to leave without parking. We went to the valet parking. The valet parking was full, but the guy suggested, hey, you could try the self-parking. Like, no! No! That is a horrible trick. You are trying to kill us and loot our bodies. We will find other parking, thank you.
Yep.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay, well that's good.
Much cheaper parking. Probably more hobos, but still.
They just keep your car warm.
Yeah.
So I went to New Media Entertainment, which was about role-playing games and, marketing and using newer media like social media and stuff to market your tabletop role-playing games.
Oh, cool.
And the reason why I know this is because my GM that I get to game with is a man named Sean Patrick Fannin, name dropping. And he's got a role-playing setting called Shinetar that's very cool, it's very high fantasy, uses the Savage World system, and he's publishing it this year. And he's been in the role-playing game for years upon years, probably longer than I have either gamed or been alive. It's one of the two. But he's been
Maybe
gaming
both.
he's been gaming for a long while and he knows his stuff. And I wanted to go to his panel to, support my bro. And he knows what he's talking about, and he talked. And there was some other guy who has a ninja game, which looked pretty cool.
Except for the random Chinese.
But it had it took neat aspects of both like White Wolf games and Palladium games. It had cool Palladium charts.
Yeah.
But I have more of a White Wolf sense of graphic design and layout of the book.
Oh,
so
cool.
it looked nice, and it had cool charts.
But unlike Palladium, you didn't have to know your mother's maiden name.
It was its own system, not like
It
Savage
seemed
Worlds
like, at a
or
glance, a
D20.
variation of D20.
Okay.
But still, it definitely had its own flavor to it. I just glanced at the book. I really didn't read the book. But it looked interesting. Something I would not mind trying.
So, as far as the new media and marketing part of it, what was that like?
A big thing nowadays is that you're in the realm of social media, and therefore you have great ways of connecting with your customer base. So you need to connect with your customer base. But this is one of those things that you want their support, so therefore you need to go out and reach them. Which sounds simple when you say it, but a lot of people will just throw their stuff out and go, why isn't it selling? What's going on? And it's a case of there's so much stuff out there, and there's so much people already doing social media, you've got to make sure that you stand out and that you connect with your potential people in order to make that happen.
Was it the type of thing that could be applicable to things outside of tabletop games?
I think it could be.
Okay, so it wasn't like that niche a panel, even though the title kind of sounds, or the description sounds like.
And his following panel was the 4 C's of the 21st Century Pro and Fan, which he had a neat acronym for it, but it was similar things on how to develop your stuff and how to get yourself out there. And it was a different take on some of the same things, some different things. I didn't get to go to as much of that fan panel. I got to the very tail end of it. Because, full disclosure, I'm also a part of Momocon, so I also run around and talk to other cons and things and go, hey guys, how's it going? And I did that a lot this con too, so I'm podcaster by really, really late at night. Anime guy by day. It's my life. My curse.
Superhero right around noon.
And then I went to Kimono the Basics, where you get to learn the basics of wearing a kimono. What did y'all do?
I think
We went to Artist Alley 101, which kind of did and kind of didn't happen. Like, the people who were supposed to run it were no-shows, but instead of canceling it, two of the people that had shown up... You're looking at me like I'm crazy.
No,
Okay.
I'm
Two of the people that had shown up to just watch it, since they were fairly veteran Artist Alley people, decided to go ahead and just sort of do a round table kind of discussion. It was decently interesting. A lot of it was sort of about quite a bit was just sort of the business side of, how to price your material, how to gauge what's, how to sort of keep records on what you sold so you can determine market demand and, whether or not you need to organize yourself as a business versus, just buying an artist table, sort of thing.
I'm really curious what the original panel would have been like, but this was very interesting because we've known people who've talked about doing Artist Alley, moving from convention to Artist Alley, and it's really interesting to see people who are doing it, and they are, extremely hardcore about it. Like, it is a business. They're recouping the cost it takes to come here. This is not just, like, a hobbyist sort of thing.
And then after that, we all went to Kawata Shoujo, not a typical visual novel.
Oh.
It's not typical because it's crap good.
Basil.
I don't know. No, actually,
It's actually
we all
not
have
that
I don't
bad.
know enough about it to say that.
We didn't
It is
really
kind
go
of
to the
a
panel.
strange thing.
Look, if I was going to play a visual novel, I'll play Persona 4 Arena. Because I'm John and like fighting games.
Oh, Basil.
No, we went to the Pain Train. I kind of had to. It's my panel. Where I show crazy clips, much like anime hell. So what do you guys think? Be honest.
I am so tired of your bullshit. Oh god.
Boy, I think you should be on my podcast.
I actually thought that may have been the best Pain Train to date.
I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen the one at Hamacon. That one was really good. I think the hard gay clips. There's only so many of those I can watch before it's just like it's a guy walking around acting crazy.
Yeah, but that one particularly told a story.
Yes.
That's why I segmented it up, because it was actually 30 minutes long. And I
Thank God that you actually segmented it.
Yes.
Or I would have probably pulled my own eyes out.
and the reason why I segmented, well, A, because of that, and B, the reason why I showed those particular clips is because we'll get this later on. Mark and Drew, who run XDR, which is a very similar panel, they also use Hardgate clips. And I wanted to make sure I did not use the same Hardgate clips. So I picked something I knew that I cut myself. And when they originally released this stuff, there was, I think, a Baka Edge, where the guys who fan subbed all the Hardgate stuff. And some of it got thrown on YouTube, some of it's pulled down on YouTube, but the released fan sub versions you could just download. But if you didn't catch it as soon as it released, you wouldn't get it. Like, you can't find a Hardgate drama thing on a website now. It's really hard. You have to find a YouTube rip or something. And I just happened to catch it as soon as it came up, which is pretty impressive because it happened about 2 years ago. And it was actually right before North Alabama when we had the tornadoes and it knocked our power out for a week.
Yeah.
And I downloaded it right before that hit. And by the time I came back into town after power was restored, the link was gone.
Oh wow.
So I was really lucky to have the full link thing when I did. And so I cut it up into pieces so I could show it on a panel. And it also sort of gives me a framing device so that I can use it to sort of tell a continuous bits throughout the
it's not just
panel.
a random.
Right. There is a method to the madness. A lot of it is freeform, where I'm like, well, this would be a cool clip. And some things will just pop into my brain. For example, playing the Bill O'Reilly thing against Psy and Gangnam Style.
Yes.
Then immediately follow it with Crispy Crunch, but then use it as an expose to make fun of Bill O'Reilly.
That was masterfully done.
And that was literally, I'm like, I'm going to do this now.
And it's not Pain Train without Crispy Crunch.
No, it's not.
They've sort of become a new stalwart group, and hopefully they keep making stupid music videos.
Douchebaggery
Stupid and douchey.
is the universal language.
Yes. Everyone speaks douche.
It's true.
Yeah.
And that was Friday.
That was a Friday.
That was Friday.
Mm-hmm. That was a Friday.
That was a Friday.
To be reckoned with.
And then Saturday happened, and I slept.
Awesome.
And then we woke up, and then we realized we had an interview to do
Yes.
with the estimable, the amazing, the Canadian Mark Meir.
That man's brilliant.
The voice of the male Commander Shepard and tons of BioWare flunkies.
Like the unscrupulous merchant from Dragon Age Origins.
And that was a fun 16-minute interview.
Yes.
As soon as we were done, I was immediately like, crap, we really need to get him on for like an hour.
He's a really cool guy. Like, I was kind of set on how cool he was. I'm like, man, I kind of want to hang out with this dude.
Yes.
And that doesn't always happen with voice actors.
No. I mean, yes, it does, because we love them all.
Well, I mean,
For Vic Mañana.
Well, no, you can like. Okay, I guess there's a difference between liking. People,
those
like,
are not.
they're nice people, and holy crap, we have a lot of interests in common.
Exactly.
Put us in a room
Mark-
for a few hours, and we will be best friends.
Mark Meir. He's a geek. He's a gamer.
He does it all.
He's one of us.
I thought the thing that really came away, I was like, oh, that's really neat and interesting, and I'm sure that at some point you'll hear the interview anyways. But when he mentioned that he was actually working with BioWare to create the unique sounds for all the aliens. Like, he was more than just a voice actor, he was also working with them to create the actual audio language of the series.
Yeah, he did his Vorcha impression at the Q&A panel later.
Like, and I thought that was like, wow, okay, he's more than just a voice actor. That was impressive. I was not guessing that was going to happen. Sometimes you'll see, especially in anime, a lot of them will do ADR work. They'll do, directing. Mm-hmm. But to hear, I worked with the audio engineers to create the unique sounds that's major bits of storyline, world building in the game. That was like, well, crap, that's cool.
Yeah.
He also showed up the Q&A in Commander Shepard armor. The N7 armor.
And I really enjoyed hearing him talk about his improv career. I thought that was really cool. Because dude's been doing it for forever.
Once again, apparently voice actors who are really good comedians are just extra awesome people.
It's true.
As we learned with the Rob Paulson interview at GMX. Thanks, Nico. Do a good job with that con.
That's one good thing he's done for us in his entire life.
We expect for that to happen again.
Yeah, he's raised the stakes. Now we have expectations.
Charlie's just letting his feud get in the way.
It's not a feud.
It's
a blood oath of vengeance and death and dancing.
Now, I guess we should also point out that, due to scheduling whoopsies, as we were told our interview was going to be at 11 a.m., his autograph signing didn't end until 11:30. That was when he was scheduled. And
as is the nature of conventions.
Yeah, sometimes flubs happen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
No matter how tight a ship you run, it happens.
Now, what also happened at 7, well, it was supposed to happen at 11:30, was my Manga You Need to Buy Right Now panel. Technically, it was even more manga you should buy right now, and I thought to myself, well, I could start the panel on time and not get this interview, or I can get this interview and then run the panel a bit late. I chose that option because Momocon has a really interesting way of scheduling panels. They actually give you an hour and 30 minutes to do a panel in. And the idea is that the last 15 minutes of your panel, you should have wrapped it up by that point to give the next panel those initial 15 minutes to set up. So really, the panels are only supposed to be an hour and 15 minutes long. They're just listed for a full hour and 30 minutes on the schedule.
I like the way they schedule that. Just because, most people, I guess, really probably put together panels to run an hour since that's kind of the standard. So, if you can only go an hour, that's half an hour for somebody to set up. I mean...
Yeah. And so I got there right about noon, and I ran it full about 45 minutes. I ended between 1:45 and 1, or right before 1, either at 12:45 or at 12:50. Mm-hmm. So it was plenty of time for the next panel to get in there and set up. Which is good, because right after that, I crashed Darius's panel, Must See Shoujo. And Darius is the video room director at AWA. The man knows his stuff. No matter what stuff it is, he will know it when he panels about it. And this was just covering a bunch of shoujo that he likes, and I got to pitch hit, random factoids.
Cool.
Which was fun. We shoujoed it up. It was cool. It was somewhat weird in that it was two guys talking about girls' anime, but, hey, whatever. It works. We're a progressive nation.
We do not succumb to your gender stereotypes.
Yeah, we're a progressive, cool Nippon enthusiast generation.
Every time you say Cool Nippon, I think of that one video you played.
And you're supposed to.
Yeah. Because
Dream Club.
EDP.
We're a cool Nippon generation.
And you can get girls to put bananas in their mouths.
So what did y'all do?
We did a lot of nothing until Simpsons with Mike Reese,
Yes.
which was just fantastic.
Yes, that was...
Go ahead.
I don't know, like, he...
It was nearly a Rob Paulson level
Yes, like...
of awesomeness.
It was kind of half stand-up, half Q&A.
Yeah, because I like when they get like, first off, really good guests, which he just seemed like a really cool guy. I would love to have interviewed him. But someone that's been in the industry for forever. I mean, the dude's worked on The Simpsons since the beginning.
He also worked on The Critic.
Yeah, co-creator of The Critic, has worked for a lot of movies. Not afraid to trash anything, apparently. Like, he must have immunity in Hollywood because he can pretty much say whatever he wants.
Yeah, that's true. Some of it was good-natured, some of it was a little bit pointed, as I remember.
But he was pretty funny, and he had a lot of good stories. Like, even, like, if somebody asked a question that was only kind of so-so, you know, he could turn that into, well, that reminds me of this story.
Yeah.
And, like, there was no question. I mean, granted, the questions weren't too bad, actually. But there was no question that if it were a little mundane, he couldn't rescue from the brink.
I was going to say,
crappy.
in writers' panels, you don't get a lot of, can you do this voice? No.
Yeah, thank God. That's the other good thing about industry people that aren't voice actors, is you cannot possibly get the question of, how can I become a voice actor? And if you do, that person's a retard and needs to be escorted from the building.
Okay, have him a voice actor. You get an agent. You take auditions. If they like you in the auditions, they'll give you the role.
Done. Now you never have to ask that question again.
Ever.
Lucky you.
Are you in LA or Houston?
Or Vancouver. Or New York.
No? Well...
Get to driving.
But the
Time's
most
wasted.
important question...
Unless you're Micah Solasad, in which case it was a very long drive. Thankfully, he owns the Mach 5, and so we can drive underwater. It's a joke because he originally was from Hawaii. Which, if you're a regular listener to the OSMcast, and you probably aren't because we haven't updated in a year, you would know that.
And if you took any kind of geography in school, you would know that Hawaii is an island.
Hawaii is an island?
Hawaii is an island.
And if you knew your dictionary, you would know an island is a landmass surrounded by water.
By water?
Not Kool-Aid?
If you know your science, you'll know that water is made up of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom.
Shut up, nerd.
Okay.
And you can mix that with Kool-Aid.
I didn't know how...
I didn't know you could mix water with Kool-Aid.
And sweet Mexican crank.
Oh, sweet Mexican.
I didn't know how far we were going with the joke. Sorry.
We're going to
sweet.
sweet Mexican crank.
Sweet
I don't know how we can
Mexican
leave that.
At least we would be awake.
Oh, we're about to flip this bitch.
You guys see the pool?
Zip flip the bitch. We'll get to that in a little bit. Okay.
Oh, dear God.
So
Simpsons with Mike is very, 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 very excellent. Mostly Q&A, but very fun, very insightful. Want to interview the guy.
Yes.
we need to see about making that happen.
Mm-hmm.
I bet we can. Stay tuned to that. Maybe. So what'd you do, Kevin? What was your next panel? What was your first panel you did after this
First,
break?
next, 7th.
I went to the only thing I really went to that you weren't around was the Mass Effect Q&A panel.
So you didn't get to the AKB-48?
No, I didn't.
Dadgummit.
What was that? I didn't read the... I could have read the program, but I'm lazy.
Well, AKB-48 is an en masse Japanese idol
it seemed
singer
pretty
group.
full, actually, so yeah, I didn't want to try to squeeze in there.
I'm sure there's plenty of Fedora Force in effect.
Yeah. But they're a
Fedora Force in effect.
They're idols. They're like a gang of idol singers in Akihabara in Japan. There was originally 48 of them. Now there's a metric shit ton.
So it's like Menudo?
except all girls.
So it is Menudo?
Is it like a rotating lineup or something?
Is Ricky Martin in it?
Well, there's usually at any given time...
Or is it like choral?
They, as a group, yes, they usually perform. At any given time, there's usually a set of them at their theater in Akihabara. There's a set of them doing an interview somewhere, and there's a set of them touring somewhere, usually at any given time.
And they're idols that you can touch.
Yeah.
Or meet.
Well, they do handshake
for a
events.
price.
Yeah, they have handshake events. Yeah.
Now,
sure,
they can't date men. That's
Oh,
one of the
yeah,
rules.
those were the ones who were in the news recently.
Hey, and there's also no sex in the champagne room, but we know how that works out.
No.
If they do,
That's
get
a
into-
paddling.
That's a battle.
they get kicked out of the group
Yeah.
and publicly shamed, and otaku send them death threats.
Because Japan has a huge Madonna whore complex.
It sounds like it.
Japan. What hell?
I don't often say this, but I'm
What else?
I'm proud of American culture. We're not that weird.
Not that bad. Ish.
There's a larger
Okay, reality
conversation.
TV is terrible, but at least we don't publicly shame.
I would point out that there was a blog post recently somewhere about a guy who said, "I'm a cosplay boyfriend," and that he mentioned that he has seen a lot of cosplayer girls. They will mention their boyfriends while they're doing their cosplay stuff. The theory possibly being it makes them seem more available, therefore they'll get more fans.
Okay. I'm talking about general American culture, not like American con.
Now I am talking to our geek, cool Nippon nation.
Creepy Americans is the political correct term.
Now, how true that story was, I don't know, but I'm just saying there is a possibility of a larger conversation one might have about this sort of phenomenon.
And with those people's parents.
That gets into a lot of other things, like the whole fake geek girls.
Yeah, it is a huge conversation, one that really cannot
Interconnected
have...
web of...
Yeah, we should probably not be trying to have it at 3 in the morning.
No.
But,
So you saw the stars of Mass Effect.
yes, which was 2 of the development team, and I'm not even sure which 2 they were. Both Shepard and Steve Bloom crashing the party as a grunt.
Now, did he act as Grunt the whole time, or was he just Steve?
Not 100% of the time, but most of the time he opened his mouth, he was talking in grunt character, which was kind of awesome. And it became very clear that despite that, he doesn't really play the game, so it was sort of funny. But, however, Shepard, Mark Meir, he does play the games. He plays the shit out of the games, and he was always ready to tackle a game question. But it was, sadly, it was a lot of the usual Q&A stupid questions, like, can you say this or that? Repeatedly asking questions that they had said, we don't really have the people here to answer that question. But, Fem Shep, she sounds like Fem Shep in real life most of the time, pretty much. Mark Meir, not so much, but he can do the Shepard voice when he wants. Or the Vorcha voice, apparently.
So what did you guys do next?
Let's see.
I'm relying on you because my phone is
this was a
down.
weird...
That's right.
Okay, this is a two-parter. Because we went to Avatar and Korra, Bending with the Masters. And that was Sifu Rodriguez, Sifu Kisu, and Steve Bloom. And that was in main events. The issue was we were having to sit toward the back, and they were having some fairly serious sound difficulties. Like Sifu Rodriguez, his mic pretty much never worked. And we were in there for like 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes.
They finally improved it a little bit, but
it's one of those things where unless the room was dead quiet, the only person you could hear that was using the microphone correctly was the moderator.
yeah.
Because everybody else because you pretty much had to have your face right up on the mic to be able to be heard in the back, and everybody else was looking around or looking at each other as they talked, so you'd hear snippets, and it had the potential, and then it started turning into Q&A, and at that point you couldn't hear the Q's or the A's, and I was like, this is probably they're probably asking crappy questions anyway, let's go next door. and we went to working in animation, so we caught the last half of it or so, and it was pretty good. They had 3 people up there.
Two of them worked on Squidbillies.
Mm-hmm.
One of them had worked on, I think, King of the Hill, Family Guy, and possibly some Disney. I'm sure if we looked at the guests in the...
But that was pretty interesting. That was very industry-oriented,
Yeah, a lot of the questions were from people who were studying animation, and kind of over your head if you're a layman, but it's kind of cool to at least listen in.
That's where I found myself, is that it was interesting, but yeah, a lot of it was like, man, this is information that is either over my head, or if I do kind of get what they're going for or saying, I can never make practical use of
I
that
do love that
information.
Momocon has so many panels like that.
Yeah.
Very industry specific.
Which really works because Atlanta has a bunch of different kind of cons.
Yeah.
And because it's such a big metropolis, you're going to get a lot of people. And there's also a satellite of SCAD here, and there is the
You have the
Art
game
Institute.
companies. Yeah, you have the arts animation studios. They named 2 or 3.
So this is the kind of populace and the kind of environment that you really can have these kind of really nitty gritty, working, panels.
It was kind of funny how many of because as we came in, that was the Q&A portion. I don't know if it was from the beginning or not, but we came in during the Q&A portion. How many of the questions started with, I go to SCAD.
Yeah.
And every time he said the guy in the middle from Squidbillies, it would be, so I go to SCAD, how do you like it? And then they go on with the rest. Then I don't know if anybody ever actually answered that question, or they just went on with the rest
I
of
don't
their
know. I
questions.
know they got into some of it, like, I'm not gonna comment. Like, just go ask recent graduates. They weren't. I don't think they wanted to take sides on any particular school that they named.
no.
And they named some other ones throughout the country as well. But I don't know, the Squidbillies team seems really cool because, like, for example, they were talking that when they assign out the animation tasks, like, if people don't feel comfortable doing something, doing a particular scene, they won't have to animate it, which, for something like Squidbillies, as offensive as that can get, seems...
Well, and the guy was
really
even,
cool.
Yeah, the guy was even talking about how it's like they're talking about Squid Jesus.
Yeah,
it's like he's an asshole. If I've got an animator that's big into Jesus, I'm not going to assign that animating that to that person.
He can then instead animate Mormon Jesus.
Yes,
but he will take what was it, like, all the scenes
with Squid Devil or
something, and also, like, shooting the sheriff or something.
Yeah.
Something, I don't know.
That was interesting, though.
Yes.
What was the next thing you did?
I ate dinner. It was pretty. It was kind of crap. I went to the mall food court, and it was crappy mall food. But
that's where we've eaten pretty much.
I've
every
actually
meal.
I like having that available.
Oh, it is
to a lot
nice.
of cons.
Now that said, Friday we did get to go to Gibbons, which is the Irish pub in the same mall, and the Irish pub is awesome.
Oh, really?
Had one of the best shepherd's pie I've had in forever.
Damn
I've
it!
tried to go there twice, like at Dragon Con,
There was your problem.
and it's always full. Or
Like Friday
out of
is
stuff
awesome.
or
You go for
something.
lunch. Had an awesome New Holland's Dragon's Milk, which was an awesome stout that was dark as my soul, so it was brilliant. And then I had a breakfast stout of some form or fashion during the pain train. That was also amazing, because stouts are great. But I think the next thing y'all went to, unless you went to something else, was the Laugh Out Loud guys.
Well, okay. Before that, we did hit the seafood kisu demonstration.
Ooh, what was that
Yes.
That was actually pretty good. It was like he was doing some of it, but apparently, they must have given him a very full schedule because he was saying that he had slept very, very little up to this point since he'd been in Atlanta. But he had with him a bunch of other teachers and students from schools, either people he had worked with or had known somewhere. Like some of them, like one of them was a school I think out of New York.
Yeah.
One of them was a school out of Houston. One of them was a school out of Atlanta.
And they had like teachers and students.
Yeah, so they did a bunch of demonstrations of a bunch of different styles. It was pretty phenomenal. The only issue, and I have encountered this issue numerous times, usually with anything that involves any kind of physical performance. So I've seen it with improv, I've seen it with a lot of martial arts demonstrations, is that a lot of the rooms just are not set up for that type of thing, and as a result, the people doing the demonstrations had two choices. If what they were going to be doing involved hitting the ground a lot, especially, they only had two choices. It was either the floor right in front of the first row where they cleared out a lot of room,
And it was hard to see.
and you basically could not see, or a stage, which was, the normal, whatever it is, 2 feet off the ground, which is a lot better, but it was smaller and it was a hard surface. They didn't have it padded or anything. So very few people felt comfortable going up there to do their demonstrations, especially if it was going to involve them landing a lot, which was a shame because it meant a lot of the stuff, some of the, and in a few cases, like the monkey style kung fu, since it was down on the ground, unless you were in the first few rows, you just could not see it. A lot of people actually went over to the sides of the room so they could stand up. And then later on, you started getting people coming in late who would get in the middle aisle and try to crouch down. But then, especially late, the people that came in after them didn't crouch. So now you had people standing in the middle of the aisle, so you really couldn't see. So that was a shame.
Maybe they could do something possibly as, I know they have, like in main events, they have the giant screens. They can put a camera on them.
That would have been awesome. That would have been
worked.
It would have been hard, I think, for the cameraman because there was so much movement. But if you did like a wide shot and had a decent position on the camera, I don't see why you couldn't do that. And granted, I mean, maybe they didn't have. I don't know.
Spend the cash and rent some pads.
Yeah, and it may be because it kind of felt like a lot of it they were like some of it seemed planned and some of it seemed kind of on the fly. We've got more time than we need. We'll just throw stuff together. So I don't know if it was a case of just nobody thought to bring any kind of mats or what. That it would have been nice, but they were really cool, and seeing Sifu Kisu do some of his stuff that was really nice. And Sifu Rodriguez was really interesting because he's a big guy, like he's us size. Which for people who haven't seen us, that's big. And the dude is a master of, I can't remember what the style was. They said it was the style that was practiced by the Chinese Imperial bodyguards.
It's one of it's Mantis something.
Yeah.
Northern Mantis.
I don't know, it's a very
Mantis.
it's a very sort of close range style. And the dude was just, as big as he was, he didn't have to move very much. It was all basically in the arms. Like, somebody came to attack him, and then they were just down on the ground, and like, what just happened? That was pretty cool. And that was up on the stage, so we could see it. So yeah, that was a shame, but again, I was afraid that could happen, just because I've seen it so many times where there are situations where people have to be out on the floor, especially in a big room, because that was in one of the larger panel rooms. So I wasn't terribly surprised by it. It was a shame, but what we saw was very good.
So after that, then I think you went to Homestuck as a Suburban.
I think we were all in the Homestuck.
Yeah, I mean, where else would
we were in our Homestuck costumes.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the best thing at every anime convention.
Oh yeah, we are Stuckers from way back, or homers, or homies.
Well, I would like to point out that Momocon is a multi-genre convention. So Homestucks aren't really out of place here.
Except in the sense they're out of place everywhere.
I'm glad someone said it.
In the sense that there is no level of society that is willing to take them in.
So anyways, Laugh Out Improv.
Yeah,
Guys, you went.
We saw only the last few minutes of that because we were being harangued by some dude named after an herb and a guy named Kevin at this booth for this convention that I've never heard of.
Yeah, SzechuanCon.
Yeah, SzechuanCon. Yeah,
SzechuanCon.
Yeah.
You know, the Holy Book Convention.
Yeah, Save the Whales Con.
Yeah, Sarah Jo Con. But we caught the last few minutes of Laugh Out Loud, and again, it was the a very similar situation to the Sifukisu demonstration, being that you can't really mic people that are a bunch of people that are moving around a lot. You know, they don't have the mic system to mic those people, so you either had to be close. Came in
And
toward
that
the back.
room was full.
Yeah, that room was.
It almost could have been.
Laugh out loud. They can draw a crowd.
Okay, now my question is, if they had at least one wireless microphone that they could hold, would that have helped?
I don't think so. I don't think. I think to make that work, you needed multiple lapel mics.
Okay.
That's the only way I can think, because it's just, yeah, some games, depending on the game, some games will allow for even mics with stands. It's not a big deal, but so many games require so much movement and interaction, and you might be facing, you know, because of some turn or another, you might not be like completely facing the crowd, even though, you know, the general improv training is, you know, one of the things they teach you is, you know, how to make sure that you can be heard.
It might get in the way.
Yeah, but the issue is just the size of the room is a very long room, and it was a full room. So, but what little we caught of it, and I wish we caught more, because I really love those guys. I think they do a really, really good job.
Well, you'll get a chance to in the near future, because they're going to be at the Huntsville and Madison Anime Convention, known as Momocon.
Elf plug.
Oh, I've heard of Momocon.
Yeah. It's full of pork and pork byproducts.
I'm still waiting for you to use my idea.
I keep telling them we need to serve barbecue. Like I'm trying. We actually had this great idea that we're not had a chance to do. Was we're going to do a special like premium package where you get like the T-shirt and the lanyard and everything together. I also wanted to throw in a bottle of barbecue sauce.
Yes.
And we were going to relabel them.
Yes.
Like, and it was going to say just like the con mama used to buy in stores.
I love this.
But we didn't do it, so.
Damn it.
Like, but it was a brilliant idea.
I'm also pulling to have outside the convention space a like whole pig roasting on a spit. That's pulling for it.
I was gonna say, considering that the convention space has issues with, you know, outside food. That's not
hey, that food is still outside.
There is a park outside.
I think, well, Huntsville's getting more and more food trucks. Like, as time has gone on. We'll see. I'm not saying it'll never happen. It'll probably never happen.
Momocon picnic.
I'm not going to say it'll never happen.
Momocon picnic. Momocon family picnic.
Ideas. Anyway, so this is not about Momocon. Possibly the best small-time, mid-sized anime con you could possibly go to in the Southeast. Ever.
And it's the only thing in Alabama worth seeing.
That's not true.
There's Comic-Con, and...
Wait, where is
Insect killing museum.
wait, where is Comic-Con?
Birmingham.
There we go. Now you just found the fatal flaw.
We have a great center full of rockets that you can come see.
And an insect killing
true.
museum.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I learned something new, that you guys have an insect killing museum.
Oh, we do. We do have an insect, like
Yeah.
Pest Control has an insect killing museum. That's totally true. Speaking of killing insects, XDR.
Good segue.
Which is not new, it's an old clip show. Not quite as old as the Pain Train overall, but it's been it's years in the making. Our buddies at, Say What You Want Con, Mark and Drew, they run a panel called XDR, which is a clip show, much like the Pain Train or Anime Hell or Panel of Doom or what have you. But what they do, and what's a really neat twist on it, is they have this video mixing board. And so it allows them to pick out two clips, and they can, sort of interject the two clips inside of each other however they want to.
Crazy live transitions.
Which once they get the setup working, and that sometimes can take a little bit, because you would think that you would know, once you know the setup, you could set it up every time, but technology doesn't actually work that way.
No.
And so, but once I get it set up, it's awesome, it's neat, it's totally... I don't see anybody else doing it. It's really...
And this is where Momocon's scheduling really, really comes good for some people.
Yeah.
Giving you that extra time for setup.
Yeah.
But-
And, XDR also is the last panel piano of the night. And Mark is also the late night programming director, so he can technically stay as late as he wants. For all we know, the panel could still be going on right now.
Probably is.
But it's a good clip show. They play funny clips. They make good commentary. They do their neat mixing thing. It's a good time.
They try to get the crowd involved. You know,
they don't shut up the one guy that really needs to be shut up.
Yeah, that guy was annoying.
But
I hate to say it.
The guy like at the end of our row.
Yeah, who was constantly, "Yay, stuff! I'm drunk."
Yes, he was painfully
To
drunk.
be fair, I think the panel ended up turning us all into that guy because every time someone walked by the door...
No. That was at the behest of the people running the panel.
True.
That does not make you that guy. When you are doing what the panel moderator is asking you to do.
Yeah, because, they had as many or possibly more people than the pain train. The difference is, I was in a smaller room. In my room, I packed it, and in fact, I had people standing in the back. Yeah, pretty much the whole time until 15 minutes before I finally ended the thing. And that's when I was already 30 minutes past my normal time, because I was also the last panel of that night. And so people were finally like, alright, I'm kind of done watching videos, I'm going to go to sleep. But until that point, it was a packed room. I could certainly use a bigger room next year, Jess and Chris, just saying.
Hint, hint.
Whereas
Subtlety.
they had a much larger space because they were in a bigger panel room. And it was that long panel room. And so whenever someone walked by the doorway, there was still always plenty of space because it was a really big room. So they would always call people in. And that was, you kind of sometimes have to be aggressive on that because you got to get your people. You've got cool clips. They're going to laugh. But you got to get them in the door.
What does XDR stand for?
I don't know anymore.
Okay.
I knew it 4 years ago when I first heard of the panel when they were running it at Sega Master System Con 4 years ago. So.
Flip the bitch.
Good old Sonic the Hedgehog
Yes.
con.
Yeah. Summer of Our Youth is a pretty fun con. You don't know how actual... That's actually a rough translation of what the actual name of the con is. If you were to translate Summer or Springtime of Youth into cool Nippon language, you would get...
Station.
You would get... Station Con! Is what you would get. And that has been it so far. Now we are current with... we went up to a hotel room to record a podcast. And now we are current
We are here.
with what we know.
So what's been going on with you guys out there?
This is now. We are seeing and hearing now. Right?
We're in now.
Not like now. Or now. There.
Where are they? Then.
Now.
Okay, Kevin, that was...
When will then
That was a
be
little
now?
too cool Nippon.
Soon.
Little too cool Nippon. It was almost a little frozen Nippon. Let's
Nippon.
let's get back to more of a lukewarm, possibly a...
For some reason, I think cool Nippon is to Nippon as Murica is to America.
I think that's glorious
And-
Nippon for you're going for that.
And Jesus is to Jesus.
Yes.
Mormon Jesus.
So...
I think I could actually see in your eyes where I broke your brain just by saying Mormon Jesus, and you just went kind of.
No, that wasn't a break. That was like...
Mormon Jesus.
that was Glimmer.
Mormon Jesus.
That was shiny keys jingling.
Yet that. You'll always get me there. With Mormon Jesus.
Mormon Jesus.
Okay. It's late. So, Sunday. What are you looking forward to?
Things, many wonderful sleep.
This is where I would open up my app if my battery was not
kind
dead.
of hoping to catch the best damn mech fights ever. At least some of it.
If things.
I know I definitely want to check out the BioWare panel.
Well, yes, obviously.
Because I'm pretty sure that is going to be, the developer guys again, and I really
Yeah.
I want to see them talk.
The
Be
Flash
cool.
Animation Workshop might be interesting. That's going to be run by one of the guys, I believe, that was doing the
Squid.
the animation industry.
I know what is the Sephiroth Kabbalah and anime. I'm sure that's going to be a good panel. If you rewind back to GMX, I believe we talked about it in that review because the girl really knew her stuff. She had a really neat way of communicating it. She was in a very unique position to do so. If you'd like to hear more, go back to the GMX podcast, and I'm sure I told you all about it then.
Is it actually up?
Yes, y'all edited it.
Oh, good.
I forget.
Oh, there's another Mike
These
Reese
days.
panel. That's going to be kind of late, but that's tempting. And breaking into the game industry, that sounds pretty good. I'm just looking at the schedule and saying things that might be good based on just the name.
Well, I'm sure that we can say authoritatively they were all amazing panels.
They weren't they?
They will be. They are.
And I mean, this Italia roundtable discussion must have been just
We were all there, and we were all dressed as Italy. Not the character, the country.
I was
Glad no one screamed pasta.
it was just supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. The con that's quite atrocious.
Oh,
Even if you say the name.
I'm looking forward to Shuka Khan.
It is very much a scrumptious con.
Shakaka. Shakaka Khan.
So, in review, Momocon 2000, not 12, but 13. Pretty good con.
Yeah.
Would do so again.
Yes.
They definitely know their stuff, and it's enjoyable. Always enjoyable. I can't say too much, as I helped with the signage and stuff, and I know the con chairs pretty well, so I am totally not a unbiased source. But if you want to come to have a good time, you could do worse.
Oh yeah. Oh,
You
much
could go to
worse.
Dragon Con.
Yes. I've sworn off Dragon Con.
I
I'm
enjoy it.
whatever. Screw you. I am a fan of Momocon. This is only our second year coming to it.
I think Momocon does a really good job of doing the multi-genre thing,
Yes.
but it still has the homey anime con feel.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly so.
Like, it definitely still feels like it's a fans convention, ran and done by fans. It feels homey, it feels nice, but it still has that breadth
Yeah.
of content that, you would get in like a larger con. And I'm not saying Momocon is small. Like, I'm pretty sure they cracked 10,000 people this year.
Really?
They are not a small con. But they've got, it's like the breadth of anime coverage I have at AWA, but it's, a more generalized
Yeah.
thing. And it feels, I wouldn't say there's tracks, because I don't feel like there's like areas that you go to for this only, this
But
this
they
stuff.
do have, art. They had a lot of costuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
panels
they've
this
got
year.
a bunch of different things represented,
gaming.
Yeah, they got the programming without actually calling it tracks.
Right.
Exactly.
which I said, I feel is a very anime con thing to do and not quite your traditional sci-fi con.
Yeah.
Which, that's totally cool. I really enjoy GMX, and I'm glad they're doing it. But Momocon does present a different experience at the table, and since I go to a bunch of different cons every year, it's nice to have that.
Yeah.
And the cool thing, as much as I hate Georgia, the cool thing about it being in Atlanta is there's so much crossover with the staffs of other conventions, so you get a lot of people that know what they're doing, running it and running the panels and all that good junk. And Jess is a mad genius. So
Oh, and Chris, Stucky is also, he is equally a mad genius in just different ways.
Stucky is a man that will put up with Jess, and that's all that needs to be said.
And that's all that will be said. Because God damn, it's late at night.
Yep.
And we had to check out in the morning.
Yep.
We were probably idiots for recording this when we did.
Yeah.
No,
But we don't care. Because we want to make sure we get this to you
this is our responsibility.
this year.
Because we love you.
And that's why I'm not editing anything.
Yeah.
That's right. Go to SzechuanCon.
Yeah.
Go to Shuck and Jive Con.
Shaka waka 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 shaka waka wow wow. Come.
Go to Shake Your Booty. Shake Your Booty Con. Or Hamacon.
You shall go to
Yeah, just go to Hamilcon instead. I mean, 2 also.
Also, yeah, I mean, I go to both.
Yeah.
And if you want to be cool like me, you would be like, I want to go to beautiful barbecue pig butt con. And stopgap to stupendous. Not stupidity. That'd be mean.
Sequestration Con?
Showgirl Con.
I'd go to Showgirl Con.
That probably exists.
We need to talk to the station
Sad.
Chartreuse about
Chartreuse
that.
Con. There we go.
Sure.
I'm a big fan of Chartreuse Con.
It's so transparent.
Mm-hmm.
You know exactly what you're getting when you can find it.
So greenish yellow.
It's good stuff. All right, I'm hitting the stop button. Until next time, dear true believers, I was John, and I play fighting games. And I like the drow, whatever you call those stupid elves. Those stupid elves.
Now let's find a pool and flip the bitch.
We're going to go down to the hotel pool and flip that bitch.
It's like in the middle of the hotel. It's not like the bottom floor. It's like in the middle. It's really in a weird spot. Anyways, until next time, we flip the bitch out. Doom doo 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 doom doo 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 doom doo 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 doom. Do 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 do. Chainsaw, bottle fang. Chainsaw, 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 bottle fang. Chainsaw, bottle fang. Chainsaw, saw, fang.
Something gold has already happened.
Many gold things.
Yeah, I mean, we would have won the Olympics.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The Olympics of Terror.
We would have totally USA'd those Olympics.
Yeah, like, you know.
So, or Sovieted them. I don't know. Did the Soviets do well?
Depends on the year.
We don't.
And
Again,
the number of steroids.
no one calls them the Soviets anymore.
Point is,
Kevin,
sweet and sour or orange chicken nachos would be fantastic. Agree or agree?
disagree.
Yes, and then extra amazing when they did take those nachos and they make them into Taco Bell shells.
Wait, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So
Although when you Taco Bell taco shellize a product, it becomes worse. Let's be honest.
so
Doritos Locos Tacos, not as good as regular Doritos.
But what you're suggesting is that in the future, all snack foods will become
Taco shells.
Taco Bell taco shells.
Yes.
Okay.
Then we live in Demolition Man. Does any of us really want that?
I'm okay trading
once
my
we
flying
get to
car for
the
that.
no, once we get to the Quiche Lorraine Taco Bell taco shell, that I think we've
Quiche
gone.
is
I
not a
think we've
snack food.
crossed. I think any food. Eventually, every Taco Bell will turn every food into a taco shell.
Yeah.
And then fill it with quote unquote meat and cheese.
It came from
And
an
eventually,
animal. It's meat.
it's the Taco Bell's going to eat its own head when they release a Taco Bell flavored shell.
Taco Bell.
Why have they
Taco
not
Bell
done that?
Doritos flavored.
Yeah.
There was a taco flavor at one point, or late night taco.
Like, well, no, they'll take the taste of the fake glass meat and the couple of light sprinklings of vegetables, and they'll turn that flavor into a taco shell.
I honestly, I'm just going to call it. That's brilliant. That is the ultimate evolution of Taco Bell.
And fill that taco shell with more so-called meat and a little bit of vegetables.
But eventually they'll double shell it with some cheese and some cheese cement
Yeah.
to magnify the crunchitude.
It's kind of what they do nowadays. They have like a dollar menu that is basically like, we got beans, we got rice, we got shells, we got cheese. Let's just combine them in different ways.
Well, hold on. If we're honest, their entire menu revolves around 5 ingredients combined different ways.
Okay, yeah, that's true. But
And I let's see, that's tortillas. They've got so-called meat. They've got beans.
Hey, they've got more than one type of so-called meat. There's beef and chicken.
Those are the same animal in Taco Bell. I'm pretty sure those two products are made from the same
the U.S.
animal.
farming industry being what it is, genetic engineering, blah blah blah. But
It's probably
they're technically different.
It's probably Minotaur meat, if we're honest, because we all know Minotaurs. The bottom half is very dark, very red meatish. The top half very very white meat.
Are these like chicken cow minotaurs, or are you saying we're eating human?
Well, no, they're not human. They're Minotaurs. There's human DNA in them, sure, but I mean, okay. Let's just be honest. Test some Taco Bell meat and try not to find human DNA. I dare you. I double dare you right now.
I mean, half the time it's their employees anyways. Sometimes they need to get a little more meat out there.
Hey, that's their quote unquote retirement plan. Don't spoilers. You've been with Taco Bell 50 years. Here's your retirement plan. Walk into this room. I swear it's not a grinder. Ignore the.
You're certainly a well-seasoned employee.
We've been slathering you with Taco Bell juices for years upon years now.
Well, think about it. I mean, think about the number of the amount of taco sauce you're going to get on your person working at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And
You're probably infused with it.
yeah, they have a marination program.
It's probably just easier to eat there, on your lunch break, and you probably get an employee discount.
And you are what you eat. Therefore, they're already technically taco meat. So it's not even murder.
It's just the natural evolution of things.
Wow. Taco Bell is how the world ends, isn't it? Well, how humanity ends.
I mean, was that not already a given?
Actually, in a certain manner of speaking, fast food was going to be our end one way or another. A little more direct in this instance.
Our need for really crappy food in a minute or less. It drives you to things.
A minute?
Yeah, this is what
I would
happens.
be pissed if it took a minute. That's
That is unreasonable.
That's wrong.
1 minute.
We're Americans.
That food cost $1.
Yes,
and has all the nutrition you need for at least 2 days.
For $1, I think I'm entitled to more.
Yeah,
to faster service.
I mean $1. That's a whole piece of folding money. That's not even clinky money anymore.
It's true.
We're a minute.
I'm sorry.
I want my human meat taco in 20 seconds. I think is reasonable. Am I being unreasonable? Am I being too reasonable?
What happens?
Just reasonable
When
enough?
When is Taco Bell going to also team up with Little Caesars for hot and ready taco pizzas?
Okay, now this is legitimately making me angry because I went to a Taco Bell / Pizza Hut and could not get a taco pizza. The hell! If you're going to put 2 restaurants in one building, you've got all the ingredients. You are damn well going to make whatever I want that's a fusion of those 2 cuisines. If I see a KFC Taco Bell, I
It's
want
over.
a fried
Podcast,
chicken burrito.
This is done. I can't. Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Flipping more tables.
Please do. Those tables needed flipping. Let's be honest. Gravity demands table flipping. It's a universal constant.
Come see me at booth number 4.
Tell me that I'm asking too much for a taco pizza.
You are not. You're not.
Personal taco pizza. If all you're doing is taking a cheese pizza and laying 2 tacos across it,
5:30.
and then slicing it, fine. Do whatever you got to do to cut corners. I want my taco pizza, and I do not want to order a personal pizza and 2 tacos and do it my damn self. I'm not paying to do it my damn self. I'm paying a wage slave to do that for me.
Yeah, and see, that's really the problem. Like, if we did fast food the old way, where, master craftsmen would train apprentices, then they would give that sort of personalized service. But, in today's fast food world,
Industrialized fast food. It's what we've come to. It's the McDonaldization of fast food. Yeah, you don't get the half-ass service you expect anymore. If you're lucky, you're getting a quarter ass,
Usually it's like.
and the taco contains about a
fifth.
quarter ass. Well, yeah. If you go to the wrong Taco Bell, you might get a fifth of ass in your taco.
It's true.
Taco pizza. Taco pizza might be the greatest fusion cuisine of all time until they invent sushi pizza.
I was thinking, wrapping it all back around. Taco orange chicken pizza.
Ooh. Taco orange chicken. Okay, I want to make that happen. I want to make that happen so bad.
I think you're just talking about an orange chicken wrap, flattened. At
Oh,
that point.
the,
Like it's
No.
unless it has taco seasoning, in which case.
What would need to? I mean, you could have seasoned taco meat. You'd have orange chicken.
you're talking about the.
You would have
Yeah.
a cheese of some kind.
It would be the nacho can cheese.
Sprinkle some fried rice on top. Little tomato sauce. I'm for this. Man. Why is Epic Mealtime has let me down?
I hope you see all these guys.
They thought they were doing it big time, but they were not. They were not.
See when like Greece and all this.
You may need Kevin to go run your panel for about half an hour. Or by the time you get there, nobody will be there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can bullcrap people for half an hour. Just say, I'm Basil. I'm here to talk about manga. Here's the mangas I've been reading. And then just don't even talk about manga. Just talk about whatever and just say it's manga.
Because chances are they probably made it somewhere in Japan.
Yeah, I mean, everything has been manga-ized.
They made a manga of Angelique, and I don't mean the Angelique you usually see the game series. I mean the French romance novel series from like the late 19th century.
That is weird. That is very weird.
Yes.
Hey guys, I know you've been waiting for a little bit. Mark's going to be here about 11:30.
Okay.
I just got a note. So thank you for being patient. But we only have like a couple more minutes today.
Cool.
I wonder if there's like somebody programming-wise you should say, hey,
I don't know.
So your manga panel, which was submitted, then canceled, then submitted, then canceled, then submitted again, is now canceled.
Here's the thing.
And then when you
Here's the
sat
thing.
there-
People who have been,
Hold on.
who did this.
Hold on. In this kid, here's the thing. It's very empowering because you have taken the reins back from Jess. You were like, Jess, I let you schedule it, unschedule it, schedule it, unschedule it, schedule it, unschedule it, and accidentally keep it on the schedule. But you know what? Now the Basil is in charge. I'm master of my own destiny. You are not the boss of me. I'm terribly sorry. Please don't hit me. Well, hit me a little.
Canceled it again.
I have canceled the uncancelable. I am Basil, the unstoppable thing, or the immovable object. Unstoppable force.
I would say I would hang here for the interview or run there, but the equipment is here no matter how you look at it.
But you can just bullcrap, I'm telling you. Talk about what, oh crap, what's that porn series? Something Does Bangkok. What,
I mean, if you would go, just say, hey, we're interview right now. He'll be here just a little bit late.
If you guys want to come back around noonish, say let's reschedule this panel for noonish. It's Saturday. We're all a little hungover. It's fine. I cannot remember the name of that. Nobody remembers that. Emil Does Bangkok? No. Nobody.
The unscrupulous merchant, right?
You are all
That's what
you are all
you want,
useless.
right?
Oh, I'm just kind of kidding about that.
You are all
Oh.
you are all worthless, and I'm gonna have to look that up at some point.
It is 11:30.
You know, it's a good name, Esmeralda. There, I said it.
It's a pretty good game. Game.
Is it a game?
It might be.
If not, it should be.
It's a game now.
It is now. We just developed that
Let's kickstart it.
before Kickstarter is no longer cool.
Yeah, I'll throw it together.
Did you hear about how much?
RPG Maker?
Have you been watching the Rift Tracks Kickstarter by any chance?
No, not at all.
Yes.
What are they up to now? Because I haven't
don't
checked in about a week.
remember. I know they were well past their goal.
Yeah, because they'd set it for I think, was it 55,000? And the last I checked, it was just under 155,000, and that was after a week.
Yeah, they're trying to get enough money to let Summit Media let them license Twilight to actually do a live Rift track showing for Twilight.
So yeah, because it's going till the 27th. So assuming this gets up before then, go throw them some money. because I'm sure if anybody were to listen to this, they would.
213,000.
213,000. You're in Ferrari territory. They could just say, "Screw Twilight, we're going to buy a Ferrari, and I'll share it between the three of us." But you know what? They're not doing that because they're upstanding fellows. And I'm sure anyone listening to this would know what Rift Tracks is. It is. If you don't, I'm not going to explain it.
I'm now disappointed that they're not going with Ferrari. You could have a video of them just looking at the Ferrari for like 10 minutes.
Did you say looking or licking?
Licking.
Well,
that's what I would do with a Ferrari.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Is there anyone among us that if you could afford a Ferrari, wouldn't the first thing you do, not drive it, not sit in it, you would go up to the hood, lay on it, and just do a long, slow lick up the hood? Not the windshield, because that would be dirty. That would be filthy and obscene.
Roll across the hood going, "Toll!" like Akio from the Utena movie.
I am for that. We all have our dreams.
And then after you do your roll, they'd be like...
Yeah,
all right.
lick it.
Yeah, I mean...
Licking a roll, rolling a lick, whatever.
Yeah.
Then maybe drive it at some point. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Oh, no.
Those things are gas guzzlers.
Car without
Just
key, just rocks.
Just keep it in your licking room.
Yeah. They work better as modern sculpture than perhaps, as far as practicality goes, than as a conveyance to a location, as a way to get from A to B.
I'm curious if anyone's going to try to actually track you down in regards to your panel.
Oh no, everybody knows where the basil is. This is a basil-centric universe.
I feel like you would notice.
Galileo was the first one to posit a basil-centric universe.
I have no idea.
Like, I've not noticed one. But
I
that
really have
doesn't
no
mean
idea.
that- It doesn't necessarily mean they're not there. I just haven't noticed them. Like, some cons you notice the staff person because they'll, like, poke their head in and be like, "You got everything you need, hookups are good," that sort of stuff. But
You getting hookups? Everybody comes to con for hookups.
Can you go tell them I'm going to be late?
I don't really want to, but I guess I will.
We'll hold the interview for you. Jose, no, wait, Kevin's not here. Sorry, Kevin's not here. No. I know you want to start. I know you got places to be, but you understand. Kevin's here, and then Mark Mears gonna be like, "You know what? You're right. Kevin's not here. I was gonna be pushy, but I can't now because I've accepted Kevin into my heart. Kevin is the Caleb of my heart, and I cannot do this without him. I cannot go on without him.
Who? Like Tom Hibbercorn. Man, F that guy.
F that guy.
Wait, I thought Kevin's only living mortal enemy was Vic Mignogna. Why? You can't have two. You can't, go...
No, you can have multiple mortal enemies. Nixon had a very long enemies list, and I assume that Kevin's is
I'm
no
pretty
less
sure
aggressive.
that Nixon was also on Nixon's enemy list.
He was a complicated man.
Who no one understood but his Nixon.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, we're just talking about Nixon. Shut your mouth. Can you dig it?
Yeah. Nixon.
That's sexy. Let's keep doing that.
Oh, Nixon. He did not do things. Except Gates. He liked Gates so much. Stuff.
That was good. That was the best Richard Nixon-based slow jam that has ever existed. I would have sex to that. I would have sex with Nixon to that. Well, what's left of him. That was in poor taste. I will not lick the dead Nixon. Never lick a dead Nixon. I'm just gonna say.
But if you put him in a Ferrari,
You can lick the Ferrari.
Lick the Ferrari,
Stop
but-
short of the Nixon.
yeah.
And it's gonna ruin your upholstery and probably void a warranty.
Well, I mean, you'd seal him up. It wouldn't be just just the full body. I mean, let's.
Ziploc probably makes a bag that big.
I'm sure they do. Probably get it at Kroger's.
Ziploc brand body bags.
Tell me why. I mean, that's just a natural evolution. Ziploc should just go into every bag imaginable, from comic bags on up to body bags. Yes, food preservation is a wonderful thing, but comics and bodies need preserving too. Keep your corpse fresh with Ziploc corpse bags. Corpse containers? It's got corpse lock technology. Yeah. Corpse lock technology, trademark, but Chainsaw Buffet. So, Ziploc, call me. We'll arrange something. My prices are very reasonable. Ziploc makes a fine product. There, I said it. I'm going to try to get some product placement for Ziploc. They're sending me some free bags. I'm the
And
master.
then they send you a Ziploc body bag, and you're like, man, now this is...
I have to kill someone.
Or yeah.
At the very least, I probably need to seal myself in it just to make sure it works. I'm sure
Well-
nothing could go wrong with that scenario.
Yeah, I want you to zip it up. I mean, you just, in theory, just unzip it and you'd be fine.
Yeah. Just like if you hide in a refrigerator, all refrigerators have a handle on the inside so you can open them
Yeah.
in case you get stuck. Just like trunks. Trunks and refrigerators are like the same thing. Only one stands upright and is cold.
Sometimes there's some refrigerators that stand downright.
Oh, you make a good point. You make an excellent point.